Hello friends, Koolio here, and welcome back to the channel. Today guys, we are jumping back into DISLYTE because the video that I posted about it going global was like a really big success. Like, you guys really liked that video. A lot of you guys are really excited for this game. And the thing is with this game, you can actually download it right now. I'll have a link down below if you guys want to check the game out before the official global launch within like 2 weeks. And so what I wanted to do, because I'm sure a lot of people are going to start getting into this game right now, is to go ahead and give you guys some of my best beginner tips and tricks. And a lot of this stuff is definitely going to really help out brand new players. And so if you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more videos on DISLYTE, then make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. So the first thing I want to talk about actually, and it's not really like a tip, but I want to let you guys know, is they recently posted over on their social media channels where they had a little gift code that you could do. So if you actually head on over to your settings and go over to services, there is an option down here for gift code. And the gift code, which I'll have on the screen, was Happy Easter 2022. If you go ahead and you put that in the gift code, it'll give you a little bit of premium currency, I think some stamina points and stuff. So I just want to let you guys know that if you haven't already, I do recommend going and following them on social media, like on Twitter and Facebook and stuff, because they do post little gift codes here and there for the game, as well as their updates and news and things like that. Now, the first like kind of major tip that I want to share with you, and this thing is actually really important, and it's something that I feel like a lot of new players are going to completely miss, but up here at the very top, there's this little icon, this little compass icon that's just kind of, you know, twirling back and forth. If you actually go ahead and tap on that, it gives you a rookie resources finder's guide. This thing is absolutely insane. It basically tells you where you can get the where you can get the main resources of the game. Let's say you want some golden summoning tickets. Well, here you go. You can go through the courses, you can go through the story stages, path to mastery, you can go through the cube shop, tournament shop. It is amazing, and it's something that I feel like a lot of people are going to miss. It's something I actually personally missed for kind of a long time in the game. You can also tells you where to get the premium gems in the game. You can get through story stages, through the courses, bounties by completing your daily quests, miracle first clearings. It'll show you where to get the relics in the game, as well as, you know, even other stuff like the summoning tickets, storages, the gold shop where you can get more relics, and then where you can get gold in the game, because gold is a very important resource in this game in order to upgrade your espers. And so that, I think, is like one of the biggest things that a lot of people are going to miss, is the rookie resources finder's guide. It's huge. Now, the next thing I want to talk about actually has to deal with leveling up your characters. In fact, the next couple of tips and tricks I have has to deal with leveling up your units, because there's a lot of really important stuff when it comes to actually upgrading your characters that you may not know about. So on each of these kind of chapter stories that you're going to be going through, there is a special side mission that you won't go through if you just follow the main storyline. You actually have to manually go back to the chapter and click on it in order to pursue or to be able to even do this specific combat stage. Now, the thing I want to talk about is this is actually an experience, or a practice stage is what they call it. This will give you a ton of experience for your espers, as well as it'll give you advanced experimon. The experimon is what you use in order to sacrifice some to level up your units. Now, the thing that I actually want to talk about is the more units that you have here, the less experience points gets distributed between all of them. Let's say, for example, you get 1,000 experience points by completing this stage. Every single one of your espers is going to get 200. Now, let's say if you only have one esper on the stage, that esper is going to get 1,000. Now, if you do have espers on here that I think are max level and they don't gain any of the experience points, they don't gain experience points. It gets redistributed to your other espers. However, I did find out that you do get more experience points even if you don't have max level out espers on your team. So for example, my recommendation is if you can actually jump into a battle with the least amount of espers on your team with the that need experience points, the better. So you want to try to get to the highest level practice stage that you possibly can, as well as have the least amount of espers on your team in order to accomplish that specific battle stage, because all of the experience points, all the extra bonus experience points that would have been distributed between all of your units, all gets distributed onto one single unit for that, or whatever units you currently have. And so I actually found it extremely useful to kind of take in one unit that's able to kind of hold their own, like this character, and be able to just grind it a few times, max level them out. And then once you max them out, specifically characters that can deal a lot of AoE damage for these stages to kind of clear them out as fast as possible, then go ahead and take like a weaker esper, throw them into your secondary slot, and then run through it again, and then all the experience points will go to the second esper. It's huge, it's a massive thing, and I think it'll definitely help out a lot of players trying to level up their espers and find that they don't have a whole bunch of Experiment and stuff. So the next tip that I actually want to talk about has to deal with auto battles in this game. So there is a repeat battle option that you can click on, and it'll actually have a whole bunch of different settings that you can set up, like, okay, repeat the battle until your unit is defeated, repeat the battle until a unit reaches max level, replenish the stamina with stamina supply packs, replenish the stamina with Nexus crystals, star ratings, the star ratings for relic auto selling, like if you want to sell certain relics that you get through these different stages, if you don't want them, you can just automatically sell them and stuff like that as well. And then enable auto swap of rare espers in battle is another huge thing, is if you're trying to level up rare espers, just like the basic 3-star espers, to use them as fodder for your other characters, throw them on your team, run a couple of auto battles, and it's awesome. But there's actually a tip when it comes to the auto battle that I just actually came across, which I think is fantastic. It's amazing. So the first thing is they actually have a battery saving mode, which is not available just yet. They will eventually add that in the future. But there's this option right down here. If you actually click on that, it'll minimize your auto battle mode down here at the bottom, go up to a maximum of 10 repeated battles. And then you can actually go and do other stuff while the automatic battles are going. It's awesome. I love it. It's a huge feature that I just barely came across, and I think a lot of people are probably going to end up missing it, but I actually think it's a really, really awesome but little minor detail that a lot of people are going to end up missing. Now, the next thing I actually want to talk about when it comes to upgrading and leveling up your specific espers is something this is actually, I forget, I'm just kind of a little bit of a reminder, is in your actual inventory, which you saw me kind of drop down and stuff, there's these little items that you get, these like pyramids. These pyramids can actually boost the experience for your espers for 24 hours. That double esper XP also counts towards the Experiment that you use on your esper. So if an Experiment gives you 1,000 experience points, it will actually give you 2,000 experience points. So before you go and you start dumping your Experiment and trying to level up a brand new esper or something, make sure you go and see if you have any of these XP boosters, because you do not want to waste any experience points that you could possibly get from using one of those XP boosters. It's huge. It's something that I think is like, it messed me up, and I'm glad that it's something I remembered. I wanted to share it with you guys as well, because when I found out it also affects the Experiment that you get, it's a huge thing. Now, the next thing I actually want to talk about too, it's a little bit, not really like a tip, but just a little bit of a reminder, is the shops in this game. So they've got the cash shop that you can go through, but they've also got the gold shop, the friendship shop, the tournament shop, the cube shop, and all of these actually, they refresh differently. Some refresh after 2 weeks, some refresh after like a week and stuff like that. So keep in mind, and the refreshes up here at the top. These are huge because they actually come with a lot of really great stuff. For example, like there's a couple of pretty decent 4-star relics you can get. So you can also get some basic Experiment. Again, like since I'm using like a experience boost right now, this actually wouldn't be that bad of a buy. I can buy that right now, and I'm going to be able to give twice the amount of experience that actually would have given me, even though I can only buy one. So that's just a little bit of a reminder, is to make sure you go and check out the online union shops as often as you can, because these things do end up getting refreshed, and they actually have some pretty decent stuff, especially if you're like not the biggest fan of having to go through and grind out some of these relics. You might be able to find a relic in here that's like the perfect slot that you need for your overall team, which I think is just awesome. Now, the next thing actually I want to talk about, this is a huge one, okay? This is another one that you guys definitely need to make sure that you're doing, is the espers themselves. When you go through and you're actually upgrading the espers, there's a few different things that you can do, and one of the most important ones is the resonance. Basically, how the resonance things go is if you have a duplicate of a character. Let's see if I actually have a duplicate of a character. I'm pretty sure I do. Here we go. So since I have a couple different versions of her I can use, if I go to resonate, okay, I've got 2 right here. Go ahead and use both of those. We're going to resonance, and you can actually resonance beyond whatever star rating they're currently at. Now, because I did it twice, the thing is that's huge, okay, is once you go and you resonance them, you'll actually be able to get Staramon, okay? These rare Staramon are huge for upgrading your character's overall stars. You can use them as sacrifice to move 3-star espers to 4 stars and so forth. Now, I highly, highly recommend when you get the chance to make sure you go and you resonate all of your espers as often as you possibly can, because the thing is it's not going to like just pop up for you. You need to make sure you're actually going through your espers and seeing which ones have the option to be able to resonate. Because once you do that, a really great thing that you can do, but be a little bit careful when you do it, is you can actually click on this quick promote button down here, and you'll take all of those 3-star Staramons and fuse them together, as many as you possibly can, and give you 4-star Stariamons, which you can then use to upgrade your 4-star Espers. It's a huge thing. It's something I just came across as well, and I definitely want to remind people to do that. It just makes things so much easier. And then the last thing I want to talk about is to make sure you're doing your little dailies and stuff. But on top of that is part of the trials. This is another really big thing I think some people are going to miss. Is you can jump in, you can do your dailies. Dailies only take maybe 5 minutes. They're super quick. But also make sure that you're sending out as many espers as you can on your expeditions, starting with the 8-hour the special one, the high ranking one that gives you like a bunch of stuff, okay? And then make sure you start with your highest difficulty, moving your way down, because you need a specific type of esper in order to get certain bonuses. So if you're able to actually match the bonus of that specific difficulty, you'll get extra bonuses on top of it. So I recommend starting with the highest difficulty first and then moving your way down to the lower difficulties. That way you're not wasting your high level maxed out espers and stuff on missions that aren't going to bring you as many rewards as other missions will. So there you guys go. That's kind of just a breakdown of some of the beginners tips and tricks I wanted to share with you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more videos on DISLYTE, then make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Well friends, my name's Koolio and I'll see you next time.